Hey, Mark Harper here from superchurch.com. I've got some shaving cream and a razor. And this may seem odd to you, but whenever I see shaving cream and a razor, it makes me think of the Holy Spirit. Now, maybe that seems odd, but you know why? I don't know why exactly, but many times the Holy Spirit has spoken to me while I was shaving. I think it's just one of those moments where I'm done with my prayers and you're kind of waiting for an answer, and then I take my shower and I get ready, and maybe I'm getting quiet again. I'm just shaving. And I remember this one day about 30 years ago. I was thinking about, what do I teach the kids in my class? And it's something I've always done. Is prayed about, what does the Lord want me to teach the kids? And I had taught on salvation and taught the gospel of Jesus Christ and seen kids receive Christ. I taught on growing up spiritually, the importance of going to church, a lot of the basic things that, the central and innermost parts of Christianity. I taught on those things. And I wanted to go deeper. And I was shaving, and clearly the Holy Spirit spoke to me and told me to teach the kids about the Holy Spirit and to teach them on the gifts of the Spirit that we see in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And my first thought was, no way, that's not going to work. That's too deep a subject to teach kids. But the Lord made it clear to me that's what He wanted to do. And, back then I was, I think 21, 22 years old, and I was just kind of, bold enough to just whatever idea I had, and if I felt God was in it, I was going to do it. And so I had about 30 kids in class, and I taught this series for the first time on the Holy Spirit and the gifts of the Spirit. And then I turned that into a curriculum, and it's just called Holy Spirit. And this particular curriculum teaches kids about the Holy Spirit, that when they ask Jesus Christ into their heart, the Holy Spirit comes to live inside them. He's there to lead and guide. But there's more. There's also the baptism, or what we call the infilling of the Holy Spirit, where the Holy Spirit comes upon you to help you minister to others. And that's what the gifts of the Spirit in 1 Corinthians 12 are all about. So I began to teach on the gifts of the Spirit, and guess what happened? When I started teaching on the gifts of the Spirit, I began to see the kids in my class get filled with the Holy Spirit. I began to see them start speaking in tongues. We began to see healings happen among the kids, but it didn't happen until we started teaching on it. And that's why it's important that you teach your kids about the Holy Spirit. And that's why I wrote this curriculum on the Holy Spirit. Now, this is all updated. I wrote it originally like 30 years ago, but a few years back we updated it. We added videos and PowerPoint presentations, and we got motion comics, and we've updated it for a new generation. This is 12 weeks of teaching on the Holy Spirit. Sells for $150, which is a pretty good price. But if you buy it during the month of October, we're going to give you the teaching on prayer for free. So this is 12 weeks of curriculum, and this is 12 weeks of curriculum. So the bottom line is you get 6 months worth of curriculum for $150. That's less than $6 a week. In this teaching on prayer, it's talking about all the different kinds of prayer, the prayer of faith, prayer for forgiveness, the prayer of salvation, talks about praying in the Spirit, praying in other tongues, talks about the prayer of intercession, all the different kinds of prayer. And kids can do this kind of praying. In fact, Jesus said this, out of the mouth of babes and little toddlers comes perfect praise, or you could say perfect prayer. Jesus likes it when kids pray. I think there's something special about the prayer of kids. And so these two teachings go perfectly together, and you can get them at a really good price today, $150 for 6 months worth of curriculum. Just click on the button below if you want more information.